about water. It's almost World Environmental Day and Oceans Day. Not that we can only talk about these things during these designated days, but it does help at reminding us why we should care. These national or fabricated days gives a spotlight on things we often take for granted, like Mother's Day, Women's Day, National Olive Day for the margarita, or is it a martini? Can you not tell that I don't drink? Anyways, education, mental health, and clean drinking water. Especially water, I think, since it is so cheap and convenient. Also, we have been taught that water is a renewable resource, something that will never run out. Has, not anymore. So it makes us value water a lot less. And there have been debates over this, whether we should put a higher price tag on water, set a daily limit, or make it less accessible so people will value it more. I would love to hear your thoughts about this, but before we dive into the morality and the doability, is that a word? Increasing water prices, let's talk for 1 minute about why the water crisis is a thing.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
71% of Earth's surface is water. We got lots. But that's not the problem. The issue lies with accessibility and usability of the water. Out of all the water on our blue planet, 97% is in the ocean, too salty. 2% is in glaciers and ice, too hard to access. Plus, ice caps are important for a balanced climate. That leaves us with less than 1% of the water that is somewhat usable and accessible to do all our cleaning, cooking, drinking, washing, partying, and wasting. That's how much water we all have. Assuming that the water cycle is running perfectly smooth, groundwater gets recycled instead of surface runoff, no crazy climates, no one filling up their pools for no reason, and countries actually share without blocking off rivers. But have you seen us? We ain't nice, and we don't treat our world right either. This means that we have disproportionate access to water, resulting in the water crisis and many countries facing day zero.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now hopefully you agree that water is scarce, valuable, and something we should really be careful about, or we may very well run out one day. So let's discuss the pros and cons of whether we should increase the water prices or set a daily limit. Let's make this as a little discussion and a place to share. Yeah. I think we quantify something's value based on its association to clear, objective numbers. So when we see that the water prices is so low, we identify it as low value and treat it that way. Drinking half a cup of water and dump it down the sink, whatever. Taking an hour-long shower and actually think that you have done the world right, because during your hour-long shower, you just came up with this brilliant idea that's going to make you the next Elon Musk. And the bill for the water? Well, less than a cup of coffee.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So by raising the prices, it may make people think twice about wasting. And economics does show how price changes the average person's behavior. One article suggested that instead of restricting water usage during times when water is scarce, perhaps a price increase may be a better approach at conserving water that are not essential, like outdoor water usage. So I do really believe that by increasing the water prices, it may make people think twice before wasting. However, I have to acknowledge that my stance on this issue is influenced by my belief that environmental issues always come first, and also by my ability to afford water prices if it were to be increased 30%. And like we mentioned in our last video, people's living circumstances are drastically different. So affordability for all needs to be considered. The article we just mentioned also showed how the sensibility to price changes differ with economic status. So the less money you have, the more you'll care about restricting your water usage and vice versa. So another question is, how much of a raise should it be? It should be a value that is close to its true worth, make people value it and still be able to afford it. Everyone's economic status is different, and with water being an essential need, our human right for that matter, we have to make sure that it's within budget for everyone. Perhaps that's why the water prices now is so low. So perhaps it will be a better idea to have a daily cutoff point for water usage. It would be like the Canadian taxing system, it's progressive with tax brackets. The first $48,000 you earn, you pay 15% tax. Anything you earn from $48,000 to $97,000, you pay 20.5% tax. So let's borrow this idea and put it into our water usage example. The more water you use, the more you'll have to pay for each cutoff point you reached. Let's put 60 liters per day per person as the cutoff point, since it is the minimum amount one needs to live on. The price of the first 60 liters will be charged X dollars, and anything you used above that 60 liter per day per person limit, you have to pay 2X dollars for say. I think this is a brilliant idea. Has anyone done this before? I feel like they have, but I really do wonder. Or the price of water could vary based on one's economic status. But would that result in the rich taking water from the poor and then paying them off so they won't sue them? Why do we have to be so devious? Also, if the point of raising water prices is to quantify our usage and bring awareness to how important water is, would pricing it differently for everyone bend that intention or not? Let's stick with our original plan. I mean, the first one is always the right one, right? You can change your toilet or your shower head to a more efficient one. Turn off your tap when you brush your teeth or wash your hands. I get so annoyed when people turn the tap on full blast and soak their hands while they count from A to Z. Just turn it off. Stick a note or a photo beside the faucet. Swim in a lake instead of a private pool. Join a society. Collect rainwater. Don't take baths. Take quick showers. Dehydrate yourself. I'm just kidding, but imagine though. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this and ways you have tried to conserve water or help save the environment. Happy World Environmental Day. It's tomorrow, and Oceans Day. I hope you get to think more about these issues during these days, and I'll see you in our next month video. Take care.
Everybody put your hands in the air.
Morality and the doability. Is that a word? Yeah? Okay, cool.